When waking up, this guy discovered he was inside a giant box. He didn't understand what happened. Why was he locked in here? Except for his name, he couldn't remember anything. Through the holes, he looked out and found out 5 other boxes. He shouted for help but still no one answered. He tried his best to open the box. He also tried to find many ways, but still couldn't open it. Although he knew this box was sturdy, he still wanted to try. Because when in such a situation, no one could stay calm. Anyone would be bewildered and constantly looked for a way out. At this point, he remembered that he had a phone. However, the phone had no signal. The guy took the phone outside, in the hope that the phone would have a signal, but it still didn't. After that, he pushed the box back and forth, but it didn't move at all. If this was a wooden box, it would be nailed or screwed. Therefore, he tried to use the key to remove the screws and nails. His idea was good, but the reality was cruel. He started removing them from morning till night. It was so difficult for him to remove one nail. After that, he realized he was doing it in vain. At this point, he felt very hungry. Because the nail was only nailed on the inside, it didn't affect the outside. At this moment, he heard a noise outside. When looking outside, he discovered that there was a person dressed in black. But at such a dark night, why would anyone go to a place like this? Definitely that person wasn't normal. Finally, this guy also spent a hard night in this box. The next day, when waking up, he discovered that there was water and food inside the room. Maybe someone brought it last night? However, he didn't think much of it either. He rushed over to eat. After eating, he heard a helicopter flying by. He continuously shouted, but they didn't hear. He was really desperate. After all, who locked him in here? What was that person's purpose? Furthermore, he didn't remember anything. At this point, he was extremely angry and didn't know what to do. Suddenly, he saw a notebook outside. After that, he used shoelaces and jacket to make a hook. He tried so hard and finally he also got the notebook. After opening the notebook, he was a bit bewildered. Because there were pictures and personal data of him and others inside. However, he didn't know these 5 people. When waking up, he suddenly discovered that there was an electric saw next to him. After all, who brought it? Then he quickly sawed the door. He finally got out of the box, and at this time, he also saw a car coming. Could he get out so easily? I thought someone might have guessed it. Actually, it was all his dream. At this point, he was falling into despair. After that, he also came up with a way but still couldn't get out. Every day someone brought him food. But who was that person? He then made his own video and shared his experience. He said that if someone accidentally got locked up here, they shouldn't try the stupid ways he did. Finally, he said that he loved his parents very much. But unexpectedly, the phone had run out of battery. At this time, the light in the second box was turned on. The next person caught in there was a girl. While eating, he heard a noise. Just like him before, the girl just woke up and continuously screamed. Luckily, he was inside the box next to her, so he heard. He told her the current situation, and advised her not to waste her energy. He was locked up here for 2 days. Just like him, the girl didn't remember what happened. Except for her name, she completely forgot everything. The phone didn't work either because there was no signal here. He opened the notebook and found the girl's name on it. However, why did this notebook have their names? He didn't know either. But there was definitely a reason. There were still 4 other boxes outside that seemed to be for 4 more people. At this point, he also had no way to get out of here. He could only be friends with the girl. Not only that, they could also play games with each other. At night, the 2 of them suddenly saw a person dressed in black. They tried to scream, but he didn't care. The next morning, it was very noisy outside. It turned out that 4 other people were also brought here. He and the girl were woken up because of an argument between the 4 of them. After that, he told them about the experiences he had gained while staying here. Thanks to the notebook, he was able to guess their names. All the information about them was in this notebook. He was locked up here for a week. Although he had enough food and water, he was about to go crazy. The girl came only a few days after him, and they just arrived. The man in a black coat asked that when was the food brought? He replied that at night when he was sleeping. Hearing that, the man got an idea. Everyone wanted to leave this place quickly. However, he had tried all sorts of ways but no avail. So he didn't want to waste his strength. By the time someone brought food, the man in the black coat quickly fled into the forest. However, at this time, it was very dark in the forest. And then, that man was caught by the men in black. They surrounded him and started to raise their hands. Finally, that man didn't come back. They all thought that the man in the black coat was dead. Maybe this was a devil game of those people in black. But everyone didn't know what the truth was. After that, food was still brought to them regularly. It seemed that the people in black didn't want they to be hungry. After all, what was their purpose? This guy thought that when bringing the food to them, The people in black would definitely open the door. He tried to look for it and finally discovered there was a door code machine. However, he couldn't see anything outside and didn't have a phone either. Therefore, he didn't know the exact shape of the door code machine. He told the girl to throw the phone over to him. He took a picture of it and finally knew what it was like. There were letters on it. Suddenly, he remembered the letters on the notebook. And he started searching for the password. He discovered in each picture there were letters and numbers. For example, 1N belonged to him, 2E belonged to the girl. The others were 3W, 4E5 or 6 respectively. Based on that, he started pressing the password. Unexpectedly the door was opened. If he knew getting out of here was easy like this, he wouldn't be as desperate as the past few days. He quickly helped the others open the door, and then they hurriedly ran away. Would they be able to get out of this place easily? When they ran into the forest, the girl wasn't careful to fall. The guy only had to help her up. But because of the delay, they were discovered by the people in black. And the other three couldn't escape either. The guy asked what they wanted to do, but the people in black didn't answer at all. They thought that the group of people in black would kill them. But unexpectedly, they simultaneously raised their hands to the sky. They seemed to be doing some kind of ritual. Suddenly, there was a huge spaceship in the sky. Could it be that the people in black were aliens? They pointed towards the spaceship. After that, this guy and the others were taken away. There was a small planet moving towards them. When waking up, he realized he was on an island. Meanwhile, the spaceship was getting farther and farther away. He had absolutely no idea what happened. The girl said that while he slept, the people in black told everyone the reason. They even helped her bandage her wound. It turned out that the man in the black coat was still alive. From what people said, this guy knew that Mars had been hit by a meteorite. Because of that, every living thing there was dead. And they were taken out by the aliens as test subjects. When the experiment was completed, they were brought back. You were probably feeling very strange, weren't you? Actually, these people used to live on Mars, but because of the meteorite fall, Mars had been destroyed and there was also no life here. And they looked for a new planet. They started a new life and lived together. And they all got their own love. They also have a very happy and joyful life. There were white, yellow and black people here. They also realized they were the ones chosen to be sent to Earth. I thought it was quite reasonable to assume that the origin of man was from Mars. The Earth was considered the second planet where humans lived. Although this movie was only 66 minutes long, it was really meaningful. Today's movie comes here. See you on the next movies.